I am the shadow teacher. And Carl Jung, in his work, which I've referenced quite a bit on this channel, stated that there are three layers of consciousness. We have our conscious mind, which is our awakened state. Below that, we have the subconscious or unconscious, which is the level of programming that actually runs our conscious mind without our awareness, that is working below the surface, which is more active in the dream state. And then below that, we have the superconscious, which is our bridge, our connection to a universal consciousness, a collective consciousness, the collection of all conscious and sentient life in our world and universe. And in my alter ego, as Jason Abraham, I work as a wellness coach. And people come to me because they seek help losing weight or simply desire to get healthier, to get stronger and healthier. And a theme I notice across the board when people first come to me is that most people struggle with sleep quality. Most people have a poor relationship with sleep and poor practice of getting enough sleep, enough quality sleep. And on a physiological level, so much happens as our body is a layer of systems upon systems. And when we are sleeping and our waking mind is offline, many automated processes of repair and regeneration go on a cellular level, but also on the mental level and renewing the mind and consciousness. And I've been reading quite a bit of personal development, new thought books, and a common theme that I've read about that many entrepreneurs engage in, a practice that they engage in, is programming their subconscious before going to bed. And or simply, if there's a problem that they've not been able to solve, just writing it down and then letting it go. And there's reference to Thomas Edison doing this, and again, many entrepreneurs who are writing down their goals they want to accomplish. And in the case of problem solving, there are many situations where someone would be mulling over a problem and they write it down, and then before going to bed, then let it go, and then eureka, in the morning, an answer shows up. And I even had a similar experience. In my days of video game addiction, I was playing this game, The Legend of Zelda, an old 8-bit Nintendo game, classic game. And there was one piece, this game's kind of a action slash art role-playing game, RPG. And there are different little puzzles to solve in between the sword slashing. And one puzzle involved getting past a guardian in a dungeon. And you couldn't attack him, you couldn't use any weapon on him. There's nothing that would let you pass. But one of the tricks in your arsenal was you have a piece of meat, bait. And I could not solve this problem to save my life when I was just playing this game for hours. And then I fell asleep in a dream. The answer came to me in a dream that the creature that was from this game was saying, "Feed me, feed me, feed me. I'm hungry. Feed me." And then when I woke up, I tried. Oh, I got this bait, and I was able to pass the level. So even in a stupid fucking video game, something that trivial, that mechanism was at work in me. And rishis, yogis, powerful ascetic spiritual masters, one of the intentions is to be awakened within the dream, this power of lucid dreaming of the conscious mind and the subconscious and the superconscious all coming together in the dream state. And having full cognizance and awareness within the dream, full control. We're not just going to sleep and being completely unconscious of what's happening, which many people, if they sleep at all, are completely unaware of the layers underneath. And being able to return to the waking state with wisdom and insight from the dream state. Another interesting component to sleep and sleep quality: initiation rituals, much of the time, involve sleep deprivation, where one is kept up for hours on end and forced into an altered state, a state where, through sleep deprivation, they go out of their conscious mind somewhat. And the same technique is also used to torture and break victims, break prisoners. It's used in trauma-based mind control, keeping your prisoner awake for hours on end, denying sleep, denying them the gift of being able to go into the realm where they need to regenerate, not allowing their mind that break. And eventually the organism, the person, knows they're going to die if this keeps going, and they eventually break. Or they are fed with something else because they're more susceptible to receiving. It's always because you're going into that subconscious state and the awakening state when you're denied sleep, and you're fed a program, for whatever program that may be: honeypot, assassin, whatever. But I find it interesting that the masses, the normies, the average moron, is encouraged. So many of their practices promote poor sleep. Going out, getting drunk late at night, watching Netflix, watching television, watching media, falling asleep watching television, falling asleep watching Netflix. Again, I've done these things too, but I just find it interesting, knowing everything I just said of how this mechanism works, that this is the common practice for most people. And when we look at the type of information the brain is being fed through Netflix, through the corporate news media, the fear propaganda machine of corporate news, it's no wonder that so many people struggle to accomplish anything significant in their lives and are always in this chronic state of anxiety where they struggle to lose weight, where they are always running in circles, unable to solve meaningful problems, to work things out. If you just look at their sleep habits and look at what is fed into them before they go to sleep, it's as if the sleeping masses are denying themselves true sleep and are always asleep in their waking state, running through the problems and the programs of the Matrix, running and living out the programs that the controllers want them to express in their lives. Same technique that's used in trauma-based mind control, to put something in. Deny someone sleep, put the program in through light and sound, and deny that deep processing that goes with a full, deep sleep. Forget about even the higher levels of lucid dreaming, just being able to sleep deeply and allow the mind and body to renew. So it's no wonder we have such a sick fucking world when so many people go about their lives this way, and many are unwilling to change, even when they realize this, even when they know this is not for their highest good. It's too addicting. The drama, the information, the stimulation, it's too fucking addicting. And their soul's purpose, their soul's code, the guidance of a higher life is too uncertain for them. It's too ambiguous, and it is too hard to grasp. But we can always start with something simple. If someone is truly fed up with feeling like shit, with not liking how they look, then maybe that can motivate them to start to pay attention to their sleep habits. And if they're getting quality sleep, and if they have rituals before bed that help calm them down and downregulate and support the identity they want to step into, an identity of a healthy, strong, sovereign person who's confident, feels good about how they look, how they feel, and is going to have some reserves to show up in a meaningful way as they engage life. So maybe sometimes this pain can be enough that people start to build some awareness, and that awareness leads to some practices that create positive change. Because that's how we're going to change the world. We got to start with our own backyard. We got to change ourselves and work on our own dysfunction before we can affect something bigger. So that being said, be strong, sleep well, my friends. Sleep well so that when you are awake, you can be truly awake and free. And I'll see you on the other side.